Alright, this is the Glades of Oswald. This is the base tour of the Glades of Oswald. So, it's going to be a little bit tricky because the thing is so big, the whole base is so big. So I'm going to start right here, which is what I imagine to be the main entrance to the whole thing, because out here is just regular old world. And in fact, if you keep going that way, I'm not going to hit my F3 menu, obviously, but if you keep going that way, you'll hit spawn. And then this would be what you would see if you walked all the way here, essentially. And you would get up. There's two of these gates that open and close. You see there's windows up here that we'll see later. I'm gonna try to get every single thing that is built in this base in this video. But obviously these are exactly the same. Those two gates. They open and close with these great little buttons. And they're exactly the same. I think that one's actually a little bit wider. But we might as well just go down that way anyway because there's other stuff down there. Yeah, this one's 6 wide. And this one is just nice and flat too. I actually kind of like this one better. This over here in this corner is kind of just an empty little corner. I have these skeleton horses. They're pretty cool. And we've got a cow farm here. And you'll see there's iron golems everywhere, and of course you cannot miss the iron sidewalks, which hint at some sort of iron farm somewhere down the line, probably towards the end of the video. But this is the cow farm. There's wheat in here. You can feed the cows. There's even a 5-minute timer here. So if you want to AFK cow farm, you can feed the cows and then hit the button, and then I'll show you. Oops. Oh, someone has been screwing with the note blocks, but usually that plays a nice little C major chord, and then in 5 minutes it'll play again. And then if you hear it again, you know it's time to feed the cows, because you can only feed cows once every 5 minutes in Minecraft. So I'm going to try to circle around, because we're circling around this main structure here, and there's going to be a lot inside of there. So I'm going to try to get everything on the outside. So we got... and take note of this big tower too. I'll explain exactly what this big tower is once we get inside. But right here we have the trading hall, and there's opportunities to put more villagers in here. I just haven't done it. I don't really use this much anymore, but you can get great trades. I can get great trades because I'm the one that cured all of these villagers. Mending for four emeralds, that's pretty good. That means you can have mending on everything, and obviously I have more in my vault, but we have a bunch of enchanted books. Around there's nothing out there. This is the sugarcane farm. So this is all automatic, you know, so whenever the sugarcane grows, the pistons will push it, and they'll go down the water, and they'll actually make their way into the storage area, which is in there. And then down here is a wheat farm that I think was like one of the first things we made when we came out here. And I'm gonna save everything out there for the end of the video, because all that stuff is actually much newer. This is all stuff that was built in the very beginning. But why don't we go ahead now and just head inside, so let's get a good idea of sort of where we are. So this is the main structure. There's gonna be stuff all around, and we're gonna start on this side over here. So right here, let's go right up to where this grinder tower is. And so that I just said it accidentally actually. So this is a grinder tower, so mobs will spawn in there and they will fall. Do I have a... I do. Yes, we can see inside. So yeah, the mobs spawn on this platform, and every few minutes the water will switch and mobs will spawn, I hope. Yep. If you look, yep, there goes the water. So now mobs can spawn on there again, hopefully, and get pushed, and all of their items will get sorted into these giant chutes of what's basically an item silo. So if you go down to the bottom here, you can find all of the gunpowder and string and bones and arrows and rotten flesh that you could ever possibly want. There's the beacons down there. There is a whole sort of set of underground tunnels that I'm going to try not to forget to show. This would be where I put a bamboo farm if I had one. And and this is where I put my sugarcane because I have one. And so, remember when we saw the sugarcane go off early over there? Well, it all goes underground through a set of pipes, and it comes up this channel of water and drops into these chests. So, over here, that's all the mob storage, bamboo, sugarcane. Up here, so now we're above, I have just extra mass storage for items that we have a lot of, like all of our sugarcane. I put some up here sometimes, and saddles and buckets. I used to have a lot more buckets, but so that's all that, and we'll head back down. Over here is just stone and dirt and netherrack, just basic building blocks. Those are just miscellaneous chests for now. I don't want those there forever. Shulker boxes. And over here, if you've seen my other video, you'll recognize this is the item sorter. So that's that. There's a whole other video on that, so I'm not going to touch on that there. But if you want to see me go in depth on what the item sorter is, there is a whole other video that's already out, so you can watch it. So now you can see we're in sort of the center portion of the house now, down that hallway. Miscellaneous chests, so I put some drop items to be sorted later there. This is actually a sort of like a gateway chest to the item silo, which is an item that I will be showing off at the end. But if you want to drop items off into the item silo, you can put them in there and they will get sucked out of the chest and pulled into it, and you'll see it when you see it. So there's just extra storage over here. These are the controls to start the item sorter, which is what this is essentially. It's a way into the item sorter. Down here, this is like our armory room, where we have our enchanting table and our armor and tools and everything. And there's a window into the item sorter room. And then there's also some stairs that lead down into the maintenance tunnels, I guess you could call them. And that's that. Over here, this is the villager breeder. So this is where villagers can live and breed, and they can be taken out via the mine tracks that lead down, and they actually lead down into the maintenance tunnels. And so if you wanted to bring a villager down, you would simply just go into the villager breeder and put one in a minecart and then send them down the track, and they'd come down here. And I guess I will just show this off now since I'm down here. But they would go all the way down here. I gotta get to this. I gotta get to this though, because this is where the sugarcane actually goes through and goes into the chest where the sugarcane goes, and these lights will light up as well. And there's signs that take you everywhere, but right now the villagers are actually going to go somewhere else. They should have gone down this way if you were going to take them to the trading hall. I'm getting a little bit confusing, I think. But theoretically, you could bring villagers over here, and this would lead right up to the trading hall. This is that hole that I looked down when I was up there, actually. And there's actually a ladder that goes all the way back up. So what's the tavern? Let's go check out what the tavern is. That will be a good segue into the next bit of the base. So we'll just travel through the maintenance tunnels a little bit more. Tavern, and the tavern I know is down this way. Up this ladder here. This is a secret underground tavern, only accessible through that ladder and this little trap door. This door out here leads to underneath the front lawn of the whole house, actually. But this tavern is secret. You can sit in these chairs and hit the button and it will dispense food. It's great, and it's very nice and decorated, and there's even a map of the base so you can see where we are. But we'll exit through the ladder and we will end up in the library. And the library is just sort of a big empty space with a bunch of bookshelves that I thought would look cool. There's probably some stuff written in the books, like that. What else is written in these books? Dark Lords. Now, the Dark Lord's kill list. That's right. So then out this door here, we are back into the center area. So you see here's the villager breeder again, and there's the item sorter and everything. And you'll see I skipped over here this map. This is the big map that shows everything. So that's where we are right now. It's the library and the mob tower and the cow farm and the trading hall. And so let's go upstairs. There's an upstairs to the Dark Lord's base here. In here, this is the bedroom of Oswald. Got diamond armor. Got the bed. Got a balcony over here. It's basically just the roof. It's not even really a balcony. And then there's another bedroom with some more armor. And nothing else. Yes. And then over here, this is just a door out. It doesn't really go anywhere. And down here, like you'll see, this is the main storage room with the mob chests over there and everything. This here used to be a zombie grinder, but we turned it off because we didn't really need it anymore. It was just kind of ugly and we needed the space, but we kept sort of the glass foundations of the drop chute of it. And that's actually what this, so this is just the main roof, essentially, of the whole thing. That's what this is up here. Okay, oh. There should be a ladder up. This little room up here, this is a lounge. This was the AFK area for the zombie farm that's up there, but it doesn't really work anymore, so we don't really need it. What happens if I drop down on this? Alright, so through this door is a long tunnel. And out we come into just an empty big space that is the wall. So there's where we started the video, and then over, you'll see the rest of the base. And there's a ladder that goes all the way up to the top, so you can stand on top of the big wall that goes all the way across. Over here, this is, I'm not even gonna go over that because that's not even part of the base. But there is this water slide that Cody built, my cousin Cody built. I always forget about it though, I'm not gonna lie. It's the item sorter, there's more of the item sorter down there. You can see sort of the facade of the base as I'm constructing it. Let's see. I think that was just about everything inside of the base. We got, yeah. So then over here, let's show off something good that Cody did now. This is an auto fishing farm, which is very good at collecting fish and treasure and everything. I don't know why the door is built like that, but that's just the way it is. There's another portal, and we have the bee farm over here, the honey farm maybe I should say. And it all goes into here. We got a lot of honey, a lot of honeycomb. This is just the outside. Over here, this is the super smelter. I always forget about the super smelter. Put the material in there, your fuel in there, and the super smelter will smelt all of your items lickety-split. And we are almost done here with the base tour as we come up to the item silo. Although this is a tree farm. This is a tree farm right here. Just grow the trees and it all falls in the water and in the chest. But this is the item silo, and right now it holds ender pearls, iron, and totems of undying. And the lights indicate how full it is. You can see these are full of ender pearls. These are full of totems of undying, and I think there's gotta be some iron in there. Iron fills up pretty quickly because I like to AFK the iron farm, but I make them into blocks and store them elsewhere. Which leads me to the iron farm itself, which feeds directly into the item silo, so you can just AFK the iron farm probably for multiple days and it would just fill up the entire silo. And it's a quadruple iron farm as well, so it's pretty fast. That's about it. What's in here? This is just a wall. There's nothing up there yet, but there would be another room like in the other one. Oh, and of course, the enormous Dark Lord's banner.